What is going on, gamers? Happy Sunday. Today I'm going to be showing you guys for the beginning of this video kind of a low crouch walk through the entire build, just for those of you that might have been the first time you clicked on this series. This is part 11, and last night on stream we came up with these before this video it was just a solid hallway, and we started adding some detail and stuff last night. So you can kind of see everything we've got going on. Still some things to add. I got to fix these torches on this wall right here, which we're probably going to do in this video, so I can show you guys how I did the torches on the wall. Still got some trim work to do here and there, but we've got the split staircase that goes both sides all the way down into the deeper parts of the underground city here that everybody wants to claim as the Undercity, for all you WoW nerds out there. I think that's kind of a good name for it. Last night we added in the ceiling because we could see the under staircase up there. So we got the ceiling in, and this video we're probably going to start digging out the city, which is going to be in this direction. We got just another little empty room back here. Gonna have a lot of little split off rooms and things of that nature, but that's what we're working with. So hopefully you guys can pick up a few tips from this video. I'm going to try to go in detail on a few of the design choices I've made and why I've made them and things like that. So be sure to hit the like button for me. Consider subscribing. I would greatly appreciate it. Join us live on Twitch every night as we continue this massive build. Let's get into it. All right, so one of the first quick things I'm going to show you guys is how I built these little brazier stands. Some of you might just be able to look at it and be like, oh, okay. But I'll go ahead and walk through it real quick and show you how I did it. All right, so the first thing that I do is I select this little ceiling piece right here, and we go ahead and get that down. And oh, actually, wrong style block there. Get that again. There we go, just like this. And with this one in particular, I made it too wide, so we do a little overlap there like that. And there we go. And then we're going to cut the middle out. You don't necessarily have to do this step just yet, but at this point, we are going to set the cauldron. There it is. Okay, we're going to set the cauldron inside of this little area, and then from here it's just as simple as grabbing that same floor piece and adding it right there like that. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in my markers here. There we go. So that's where my center is. So yeah, that's pretty much how we've been doing these, essentially in different kinds of ways, but that's pretty much the breakdown of how we do those. Now these lights here, somewhat similar thing. We decided to go with the standing torch here because they're actually cheaper to craft, even cheaper to craft than regular wooden torches. Regular wooden torches take 2 resin or 4 resin, and these only take 2 resin. So a little scrap metal, a little wood, a little resin. But I specifically left these 4 here to do so that I can show you the process that I take for doing this. So I'm gonna place a platform here, and this one we did have, but I came up with a different idea this morning that I think looks a little bit cooler on this side for sure. It looks a little bit more legit. So we are going to remove our bronze pieces because we don't want to waste anything. I want to save as much of it as I can. Go ahead and fill this spot in here just like that, and we're gonna find the center, which happens to be, go ahead and line this up, okay, like that. There we go. Yeah, so this should work perfectly, just like that. And with this side, we gotta knock it down one more. Then we'll take our standing torch, we'll place it right here, and it should be accurate 2 from the top. Yep, okay. Yeah, 2 from the top. All right, so we're gonna grab our bronze, and the way that I've been doing this part is grab my bronze blocks. I'm gonna cut one piece from behind, do like a little bronze inlay here in the back for no reason other than just a little extra design, and we'll fill this back in. Now I am going to fill in I don't necessarily have to fill in this bottom, but if you don't, it does a weird thing with the blocks. So yeah, pretty much like that. Perfect. 3 on the left, 4 on the right. We could do a 3x3 right here, but I think the way that it looks over here is totally fine. Could knock out this to make it more center. You know what? Actually, I will do that. I'm gonna go ahead and do this real quick. It's definitely a good idea to measure twice, cut once, as the carpenters say. But I think we'll cut this out here like that, kind of match all the rest of this that we've done. We still got to fix this torch and place 2 right here. So a real quick tip as well, if you didn't know, if you take a floor piece, look straight down, double jump, you can kind of build your way up, which is a really nice way to get up to where you're trying to get to for building sweet things. So we'll cut these out. Oops, there we go. And we'll go ahead and that's 3, right? So I'm gonna cut this so I kind of know where to go here. I don't know what these are doing up here. That's not supposed to be there. There we go, like that. And this will give us our center, which is 3 wide. We're gonna cut that out and then dig one down for the torch. And then I'll jump over here, pick this torch up. There we go, cut these guys out. Get back on bronze. Okay, okay. There we go. We got our little bronze situation there. That there. Get our torch down. Perfect. And add our single blocks back in over top of everything. And then cut our little, oh, pillow. Back up top. And cut out this little slit here. There we go. Just like that. Perfect. All right, awesome. So I'm going to do these last 2 real quick. And we'll move on to the next project. All right, there we go. We got that all dialed in. Looks nice both sides. Everything's even. Everything's clean. That's perfect. So it looks like from this point on, everything looks identical. So we're going to go ahead and add the bronze trim for this spot here. Now, one thing I started doing and one thing I have to go back and do is I want to do this double stone and then bronze here. It just seems to look a little bit better, but I can already tell I've done it on this side, but I still need to go back and do it over here. So we're going to do a little bit of that real quick. Make sure that when you're building, especially in situations like this, you take advantage as much advantage of the full blocks that you can, because if you have to go back and remove things, it's a lot easier to come back and remove full blocks rather than individual ones for stuff like this. Because if you're anything like me, you will take it apart and redo it 10 times before you end up getting to a point where you actually like it. So we're gonna have to remove this here. Go ahead and do the same thing on this side. There we go. We'll have to carry this all the way down to that wall there. And then once we get there, I'm gonna show you something else that I want to do as well. So this part right here, we are going to bring the bronze trim up. How we sitting? 1,300 blocks, so we're still sitting pretty good on bronze. You have to really use it sparingly. The way that I've designed this is the fact that we can, add in some bronze, but it's not gonna cost me a ton, if that makes any sense. We're gonna keep flipping back and forth between these 2 trim pieces here and just get this part, get it right in there like that. Cool. Perfect. Now with these spots here, I've chosen to carry them straight forward. Yesterday on yesterday's video, we tried like a following the staircase the whole time situation, and it just did not look good at all. And I also believe that I chose to do double underneath stone for these areas as well. So I'm gonna lay that out, trying to get as much angles and texture that I possibly can here. Okay, let's go right there like this. Now we can put those up. Cool. Just like that. All right, sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Checking everything over here. Looks to be good. I am thinking about adding an additional, change to the right block here, additional little out there to kind of match this one. I think that looks totally fine. Yep, that looks good. All right, cool. We're gonna hit the double side on this one like that, with the bronze guy underneath. There we go. Essentially rinse and repeat what we just did on the other side. Here we go. And I'm actually going to remove this one for now and go ahead and put down this guy here. And that should match that side, and then underneath is where we continue on the double row. All right, I guess I need to get it closer to the wall. That would be good. Okay, so there's our double row there, and then add that in. And if you did notice that when you overlap, sorry, it does the math for you and subtracts the amount that it's going to use. So typically this cost 4, but if I put it down inside of 1, you can see that it changes to the 3. For those of you that didn't know that the game does an insane amount of math for you already. And if you put it over a full spot that's already covered in that block, it just says 0. So 4, 3, 0 does all the subtraction and the math for you, which is pretty fantastic. Same thing goes for the bottom. Essentially, this one costs 16. You can see, put it in the ground, it's 12, 8, 4, and 0. Pretty awesome thing, man. This game is freaking phenomenal when it comes to the building. They really put a lot of effort into coming up with some individual, unique ideas, original ideas, I guess I could say. All right, so we're gonna carry on this a little bit. Get this all the way down here matched up. All right, perfect. Now for the remainder of this, I'm gonna have to build a platform to take it all the way to the rest of the wall, but I'll button up the rest of this and I'll be right back. All right, I've got both stairwells finished as far as I can tell. Added some columns here, got everything trimmed up, almost ran out of blocks, etc. Got that all done up there. All that looks good. Everything seems to be level and equal and carried around. I don't believe I missed anything. The only thing we're gonna have to go through and do is add these, these light fixtures to all the walls. I just got little temporary torches up for now. But I think in order to kind of carry on the tips and things, I'm going to go down here and show you guys how I intend on digging out this entire city part finally. So let's go ahead and get with it. All right, so the first thing I do here, definitely something I've learned when digging out a giant portion of something, is that one, you want to make sure you have like a ton of a block, and I have a ton of rough stone blocks here, and it's really good to start from the top. So as you can see here, I just built a little column up to build up with, and we're going to start from the top row, and we pretty much want to carve out the entire area that we can essentially build to. By placing a foundation on the bottom and another one on the top, just like this. But I am going to scoot this over one, if it'll let me. There we go. Okay, I'm going to just go up to this roof piece right here, and essentially what we're going to do is cut out this much, but we're going to go as far this way as it will possibly let us. So we're going to go like this. We're going to go all the way this way and build us a platform that will pretty much provide us with our giant city area. So I'm going to cut out a bit of this, and I'll be right back once I get the first layer laid down so you guys can see exactly what it looks like here. All right, so a little check-in here real quick. We've got all the way left, which comes down to about this wall right here. We can't build any more past this area, so that's our build limit area on this side. And the same thing way the heck over here. Now the interesting part is I need to take this entire wall that we built and shift it all the way that way as far as it'll let me go. And then after that, we go all the way down, which is going to be a very long process, but we can do it. I believe. So yeah, essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to come through here and I'm going to delete every one of these walls on one pass through like this, and then I'll come back through and I'll put the floors in. Gotta make sure I put them all right because I want it to be nice and pretty. We'll put the floors in, and then I'll come back and I'll put another row of walls like this, and then rinse and repeat. Come back, do it again. Yeah, so it's the process. Let's see how far I can get work on it for a little bit here and check in with you guys after I get somewhere. All right, so I just timed what it takes me to do one full swipe back and forth, and it's actually only 3 minutes, which isn't too bad. So I'll just go ahead and show you guys the entire process here. That way you can see exactly what I'm doing. I have no idea how deep this is going to go, and I might make a hallway down the middle just to kind of get an idea of, what we're in for here. And it's just crazy to think that this is only, 2 foundations tall, and we're going to be going roughly 60 foundations tall. So this is going to take a long time. But since this part only takes about 3 minutes, it's not too terribly bad. All right, so now I'm going to place the foundations back the other way. And this is also going to delete the floor underneath me too, which is the biggest reason why I'm putting these foundations in here. I feel like that's not a completely wasted step, because this is going to, yeah, definitely help us. Oops. Definitely help us get rid of that row underneath. Everything's going to be nice and symmetrical, which is not a bad thing. And plus, that's going to give us the ability to utilize our entire build area, which is kind of the whole strategic placement of the altar that we did. And you know, there's a pretty good chance that we might end up dropping another altar at some point. Gotta make sure I do my full foundation square up here, and then we just kind of rinse and repeat and go back through and double up on the wall. And yeah, this is pretty much the process, man. Nobody in their right mind would do what I'm doing except for me, but that's why I do this stuff, because nobody else would do it. Nobody else is gonna do it, so that means, you know, that means a niche for me. Mega builds, mega digs, mega destroys, mega everything. Mega. All right, there we go. So from one end to the other, about 3 minutes of deletion across a 160 block wide spot. No way I'm out of blocks, dude. I had 40,000. No way. Oh, that sucks. Well, I would like to do this entire surface. So hold on, I'll get some more block. When you grind the material yourself, because you're not using cheats and hacks and all that other crap that everybody else is using. Yeah, woohoo. All right, I'm ready for a nap. 52,000. Hopefully that'll last me a little bit. Jesus Christ. All right, anyway, we're back to what we were doing. Back to the grind. But yeah, you guys get the idea of how I'm essentially going to be digging out this gigantical space underneath the entrance. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up, man. Make sure you like the video and consider subscribing if you do not mind. Join us live on Twitch every night for check in on the progress on this, man. Appreciate you, much love, and you guys have a good Sunday, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.